This is not the optimal way to start out at Donner Summit. Too steep and deep in certain spots. Boy, but I'm hoping to get in a little bit of time before the sun goes down. It's like almost 3 and I've got until 5. This is so steep. Ugh. And then the snow just gives out. That's where I parked, right down there. Last time we were across the road of Donner Summit, and now I'm hoping to make it to a summit on the south side of Donner Pass Road on the same mountain as Sugar Bowl. I kind of feel every day I'm finding out more and more that as a society of normal people, we're being continually attacked by the upper 1%. Maybe it's like 10% or whatever it is. I picked up this one guy from his $10 million house, and he was telling me how he's just been chasing snow all over the country. And first he was at his Durango house, and then he went to a Vermont house, and then to his house here in Tahoe, before going back to his main house in Santa Barbara. And so we just started talking, and I had asked him, because the question of labor came up and the whole immigration deal, which he brought up because he was asking about the workforce in Tahoe. So the discussion of Tahoe and the workforce and just not having enough labor, and so he started talking about that, and he was under the impression that we needed a lot more people to come from outside of the country any way possible, and that he hires a bunch of illegals for construction. And I mentioned that, well, that's why are you breaking the law, and why not just get legals? And it was, of course, that Americans need too much money. And so I just asked him, well, say for example you're living in Tahoe, it's relatively expensive. How much money do you need a day to live here? And I had asked 100, 200, and of course he answered that $100 is probably more than adequate, or before taxes, say around $3,000. And I mentioned that, well, your rent's $2,100 at least. And then it was, well, that's $900 in excess. And after that, I kind of just said, oh yeah, I guess you're right. Because, you know, I'm working for a star rating and for tips. But that kind of comment that, say, living on $900 a month to cover insurance, car, gas, groceries, like, these people who were born in the 60s are so far out of their minds. It just really makes me sad, really. I wanted to ask how much he needs every month, owning 4 houses, 2 of which I know are in the most expensive parts of the country. And I'd imagine that Durango isn't very cheap either. But man, like Vermont with Durango, Santa Barbara is probably one of the most expensive places in California. And then your Lahontan home, which is probably 8 to 10 million. I just meet the craziest rich people up here. They're obviously super smart, otherwise they wouldn't be as successful as they are. But also, just as smart and intelligent they are, just totally ignorant about how expensive it is to live these days. We're trying to get up to that peak up there. It's so steep right here. It's hard to keep the traction going. Carla's definitely doing better than me. But she's got 4-wheel drive. I only have 2. I'm tired today, boy, but this climb was no joke. I guess there's only one spot higher, Mount Judah behind me, but Donner Summit, at least I've made it to. So I catch my breath for a second. This is intense, but totally worth it. And then up here, I always just think, why do I let other people bother me in the world? It should be good for them that they've been successful. I just don't like it when people flex on me with their wealth and then just say it comes down to hard work and, you know, there's no luck involved or the time period when you're born that gave you an advantage. It's just too bad. I would just like some empathy, perhaps, that times are rough for a lot of people and we're all not blessed in that way. And like, it's great to have homes, but you know, so many people are just so unknowledgeable that most people don't even own one when you brag about owning 4 and basically living a life of vacation. This is incredible up here. With the sun going down too, it's just so amazing. Even if I'm like super busy, you know, just having the excuse to come out here, walking the dog and making a video, it's really just something I need every day to just remember where I am. And even if monetary means aren't where I'd like them to be, I'm just so blessed to be in a place like this. Coming out to places like this, though, it definitely helps you put it all into perspective and remind yourself that experiences and just being adventurous, that's what the experiences of life is what matters. not the accumulation of material goods. Though it helps. And now for the journey back down the mountain. It's kind of like you could stay up here all day. It's so pretty. But I know that if the sun goes down, or when it goes down, it's definitely going to be cold. Look at this though. If you had skis, woo! You can see Donner Lake right down there. And then Donner Pass Road just kind of winding around behind me. What a majestic moment in time and place to be. I wish that you guys could be here in this very moment because it's really incredible. This is, I have no words for this like place right here. You can kind of see what I'm talking about right over there. It's intense. All right, I need to get away from the sledge. Like my, what is it when your equilibrium is off? Just looking over the vastness of space throws off my equilibrium. We're just above the train tunnels that Abraham Lincoln had partly to do with building after the Civil War to connect East and the West. You can really see Donner Pass Road too. Man, we're just gonna try and traverse over as far as we can this way. It's not easy though. Traversing on snowshoes. You definitely want to slide down, but I'm not ready to lose the elevation quite yet. Well, that's another day done and dusted, at least for adventure-wise. Look at that mountain. We went up like 3 of these. That was good. I have to say also, this vest, backpack vest, real game changer. Just being able to put like extra layers in the back. Probably put some water in there or a hydration pack. Golden. It's just so nice having some extra pockets. And then putting the 360 camera right there. It's like I'm a whole film crew in one. Anyways, maybe you guys could let me know what kind of content you want from this channel. If you just want like purely outdoors, Or do you want me to still share some Uber stories and like just my experiences with the ultra wealthy around the area, my thoughts on world events, I guess? I don't know. I can leave all that stuff out too. It's kind of just, I bring it up because it's kind of therapy for me to just express it to someone, since I don't really have too many people in the world to talk to. Just this camera. And with that said, I think we're gonna call it a day. Cobb, are you tired? Huh? Are you tired? Come on. Too busy stiff in the snow. I'm not that exciting. See you in the next one. You digging for gold?